then in that, like if you click on that, then you should have a, it should look like this, which is no context in the script. Then on this little plus, you, let's see, I think I'm doing this right. Wait.
I went in and created it, but put nobody in, and so do I go to edit?
You don't edit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it, you know, I was moving faster than I should have probably.
So, once you, I ignore the plus that I just told you. If you go up to, if you're, go to create group.
Okay.
College. Oops, I think I told you wrong. Go into, supposed to be into go into contacts.
Oh, then I go to.
And then you go to add group at the bottom here, or new group. And that's where you make a group name. So, in this search bar, if you type in the name of whoever you want to add, I'm just picking a teacher that works at our at school. Then you click on the, once you type the name in, you're going to find, there should hopefully only one of them. If not, then you have to figure out which one it is, and sometimes that's, if they have the exact same name, you know, you might have to just ask the student, okay, what's your email address? Or look up their email address on PowerSchool if it doesn't come up. I know this is the right one, so I'm going to click on him, and then I can decide which groups. After I click on him, click on this little groups button, and I can add him to whichever groups I want him to be in. So I want to click on, I want him to be in that one and Eagles, and then you apply, and then that particular person is in those groups.
How did you get those names? Where did they
Okay.
come from?
I typed, so,
You already have
pick a,
right?
no, I just picked a teacher that was, I picked a random teacher. So do you know any students that are in your class right now?
Yeah.
Type their name,
And where do I do that?
in the search bar right up here.
Right here?
Yep.
Up? Right here? Oh, this box? Thank you. You know, can't teach an old dog new tricks, I'm just saying.
Do just the first, don't do
First
the,
name or last name?
do first name then last name, just like you would see it.
So new students probably don't have an address yet?
Everyone should have an, even like a new student district probably.
Okay. So then, alrighty, do we just add them down here?
There, that's why, it's Augustus, that's why.
Okay, and
Then you would click on this,
This, add
that little group button right there,
Oh, there.
and then is he in one of the,
that one right
and then
there.
apply. And he's in your group now.
Right, but none of the other information comes along with it.
No, it's just that email address, unless they've done it, or unless there happens to be more available. If it's like an adult that has, like I know for teachers, you can see there's a contact phone number for, or there was. It's not showing there, but there might be.
Oh, here's a, so I can add that email.
And once you get that set up, it makes it really just slick for sharing. Because then after you have those set up, if you make a form, then all you gotta do is type in that group name, and it's gonna have all 16 kids or 20 kids or whatever, you know, the whole everyone you teach, you know, it sends it out really, really quick. So if you're not using, like Google Classroom will kind of do that same thing, where you can send to a lot of kids really quickly. But if you're not using that, then this is an awesome option. This is actually just as quick as Google Classroom too, once you get set up.
Are you able to move things around once they're in there?
Like if I move classes?
No, I mean alphabetically or group them differently, or it's just a contact list?
You would have to make another group. Like someone asked about, like, if they wanted to do like differentiate, if you wanted to make like a differentiated assignment or something, and you wanted to have hypothetically like a lower, like a modified test that you send to some kids and a regular test that you send to everyone else or something, you could make a period 1 modified, period 1 regular, or if you had different, you want to do boys and girls, period 1 boys, period 1 girls, you can make as many contact lists as you wanted. So like, what kind of group were you thinking, like different, whatever?
Something off the class roster, and if I was, I don't know, and I was gonna, well, I don't know, I guess maybe there's no need to have an alphabet, it just helps me look at it, I think.
Well, it automatically comes, like once you click on like a period, it'll automatically alphabetize them by their first name, I guess.
Oh, I see, okay.
I think you could, I'm not positive you can do alphabet everywhere or not. No? Oh, so yeah, you can sort by last name too if you wanted. You can click on the more button, and you click on the last name, you can sort it by the last name, too.
I've added 3 others and they're not showing up here. Oh, they're showing up in my grandpa's music staff. And I didn't do that, I had them, I don't know, it's not in the wrong thing, but.
So where do you want them?
I want them in there.
Okay, so what's really easy to do then, you click on like, so you want,
Well, I want her,
so do you want him there?
he's in staff, yeah,
Okay.
he's fine.
So you click on, who do you want?
She needs to be in the other.
Okay, so you just click on her name,
Okay.
and then this is gonna show what group she's in, so you wanna take her off of this one?
Yeah, do we want her in my contacts? Do we want
They,
her
they
class?
I think they have to be in, like,
Oh, I see.
every, I
Okay,
think,
okay.
well, maybe, I think
So then put her there.
the GFCs,
Yeah.
so like that, and then apply.
Another high,
And then
okay.
she got moved out of there, and she's in this one.
Okay, so here's one other question. When would you use, when you say, you see that list up there, that says, for example, just a second, I gotta have one. Add, it's over on the top, I don't know.
This one, the add,
Add and,
this?
no, yeah, what, are you just, can you do it
This-
that way?
Here's the deal with that. If I wanted to add someone, like, let's add, the problem with this is, if you already have them added to your contacts, you can do it this way. Like, you can, like, if they're already in your contacts, but they're not in that group, you can use this button here.
Oh, okay,
But you can't do that,
to your.
if they're not already in your contacts, you can't use that add group button, you'd have to do like this method here.
Okay, alrighty.
If you're wanting to send something out to the contacts, but not quite all of them, is there a box you can check or uncheck?
Yep, if you go like my well, yeah, so let's say, okay, I'm gonna go back into my form and I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna send this to my entire Eagles team. So I'm gonna type in Eagles, that's 80 contacts right now. And once I click on that, it shows me all their email addresses up here. I can scroll through and it'll have every single one of them in there. So if I wanted to delete one, I could. If you wanted to, in this way, that's the only way to do that. If not, you'd have to, if you knew you had another group that not everyone gonna get it, you would have to make like another group. But it would be easy to make another group, like if you wanted to, and then you can just delete it right away. Like if you, let's say you're in, here, and you wanted to make a new group here. So I wanna say, I wanna move these 6 people, and I wanna just give these 6 people, or 7 people, or whatever, make a new group. I wanted to just send them something. I could, make a new group here called new group, and then all of them are in that group, that new group. And so through here you could easily make a separate contact list, like if your music teacher and you have so many people that are going to, that are in a rehearsal or something, or have to go to something, you could highlight them and just call the group, rehearsal group or something.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
so like if you have all your contacts, you could go through the contacts you have, figure out who's in that, who needs to be in that group, and then click on it like that. Let's see, we got.
It's helpful instead of creating one and having to retype.
We only have 5 minutes left, and I need to show you something called Flubaroo, which is how you would grade something automatically if you made it. So I'm gonna go back to our Google form and show you how to use something called Flubaroo. So you've all made some sort of form, even though you haven't really put anything in it, right? You all have a file that you can go back to, a form. I want you to go in there, and I want you to click on this View Responses tab. You all see the View Responses tab? And if you, I want you to click on that.
Sorry, I
And-
lost
Did you go back to your form?
Go back to the form. Did you make some sort of, did you make a form of some sort?
I did.
Let's see.
Okay. And I'm looking.
Let's go over here.
Actually, I think you're.
You're supposed to click on the green one at the top.
Yeah, click on View Responses.
Whatever one you were.
Yeah.
Okay, click that
Put a few
over.
questions in there.
Let's see here.
Did
Click
we
on.
save it?
No, let's not have to save it.
Logo?
No, it's none of those, what's that green one, it's just thing.
Called Jazz, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay.
Where was the
So click on View Responses,
form that you?
Okay.
and then just go to Create. When it gives you that once you click on View Responses, you can click on that Create button.
And questionnaire.
Oh,
Am I in the right spot? Cause I did that and then it brings me this.
Give the name, yeah, give your form any name, doesn't matter, just call it,
Okay.
it doesn't like it being called untitled.
Thank you.
So, you know, click on View Responses till you get to something that looks like, you're not gonna have all these responses that I have, but you're gonna have a spreadsheet that looks like this. So go to Create if you have to, so get to that. Okay. Click on View Responses.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
Yep, just like that. So this is if you had like a test like I have, this is where the responses would show up. All of the responses show up here. This is handy if you wanted to see if students are answering it right, like on the spot and everything. But there's also where you could grade something. So I want you all to click on the add-ons button here, and then click on the Get Add-ons. And then you're gonna find Flubaroo, which comes up at the, some of you, it's gonna be a big green thing of the apple shot. If it doesn't, you can select it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then click on click on the plus free button. And then it'll ask you for some permissions. Just click on okay for all of them, or yes, or agree, or whatever it asks you to do. You're not signing your life away, I promise.
What are we supposed to?
Click on this plus free button here.
And then we get this, would like to,
Yep, you can scroll to the bottom and just agree to it.
oh, I see.
It's just saying that it's
Okay.
asking for permission to access your life. Alright, and then once you have that, I already have it installed. Once you have that and you click on the add-ons button, it just shows up as Flubaroo. You know, it just shows up as Flubaroo, so you don't have to go to add. It's gonna already be there. And you go to grade assignment. I already graded, so I'm gonna go to regrade. Which if I was doing the same test in a bunch of periods, I might wanna grade it after first period just to see how they did and record those. But then, you know, regrade it at the end to get the kids that I haven't graded yet. I'm gonna click on regrade assignment.
No.
And then you're going to,
It's asking for an answer key.
well, yeah, you're not, if you guys do this, you don't have any questions, you don't have any responses yet, so this isn't gonna work for you if you don't have any responses yet. I'm gonna show you how it would work though. I had 10 or 12, somewhere like 10 or 12 questions, I don't remember how many. You can click on each individual question and decide if you want it to count as points, if you want it to be an identifier, like the last name and first name, or it says identifies student. You all see that? That means it's not gonna grade them, that's just used to help identify them, and it knows that.